Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Final Account. And this is a new documentary from director Luke Holland, who went around and interviewed over 300 elderly perpetrators and witnesses of the Holocaust. This is a tough one. So, obviously, this has very heavy and very emotional and significant weight to the subject matter of this documentary. I don't think I've really seen too many documentaries where it's going out of its way to talk to some of the people that were involved in the Holocaust and may or may not in some way, somehow connected and were involved in it. You have people in this documentary that are talking about how their parents voted for Adolf Hitler and supported the Nazi Party and were involved in the atrocities that happened during the Holocaust, where they talk about some terrible things and horrible actions that were done upon Jewish people and others during this horrific time in human history. You have others that have experienced it, which I feel like we've definitely heard from Holocaust survivors and the heroic stories that they had of getting through all of this and surviving. But it's really haunting to hear people talk about how you have these people that bought into this hate and this radical, dangerous, and hate-driven ideals because they were told that this person can save them and turn their country around because there is economic issues. After World War I, Germany was in shambles, and you had these politicians going around saying this, blaming them for this, and still very poignant today because there's definitely politicians that do the same kinds of things, and hopefully nothing like this ever happens again. And this documentary, Final Account, really is a haunting indictment on the whole entire situation and how people can be brought in to it and convinced that they're doing something right, or being brought in and being forced to do something that they find absolutely horrific and terrifying, and also those who have to experience those actions. This is a haunting documentary, and listening to all these stories of all these people that are still alive, I think as of 2008 all of these interviews were happening. And now, from a filmmaking perspective, there's nothing particularly interesting about how this documentary is put together. It is just a bunch of, here's a camera pointed at these elderly people talking about their experiences, and then every so often edit in some shots and landscapes of these places where they live and these things happened, and some black screens with some white text thrown on them. So from a filmmaking perspective, this isn't the most revolutionary kind of documentary, but what it's trying to accomplish and do is very intriguing, very impactful, and very poignant. So I think this is the kind of documentary that is essential. I think everybody should watch this film and experience this perspective and hear straight from these people who were involved and who experienced it and who witnessed these atrocities. It's something that I don't think a whole lot of films get the opportunity to do. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of these events that happen, but this film takes on these accounts of all of these people, and it's a very unique experience, and I think people should experience these accounts and listen to them and take it all in. And so I'm going to say, y'all should go see Final Account. and experience this from Focus Features. But those are my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.